Hi and welcome to another episode of Why You Should Watch This, and today we're going to be talking about
Jurassic World!
So yeah, I went to see this movie recently in the cinema a week or two before this, man, and it was a great movie. If you're going into this movie expecting to see what you've seen in the first Jurassic Park from 1993, don't go in expecting that, because that was a groundbreaking movie with CGI and all the time, and nowadays that's just a common occurrence. Great movies. This is more so a monster movie.
This is a big monster movie. It's down to the fact that Colin Trevorrow really wanted to kind of stick to what Steven Spielberg was originally trying to create. And it is just a continuation on from the first and the third movie. The second movie was a bit more of an in-between. It was called The Lost World, which is based on a book. But the first movie was a big monster movie. You had the T-Rex, you had the Velociraptors, and a lot of people say it's scientifically inaccurate. It's just based on what the time of when the first movie was shot, but how science was at that time, and it's just a direct continuation on from that.
Nowadays they know dinosaurs related, well, like more closer relatives to birds than they actually were reptiles. So they had feathers and all, but I don't think they should have put that in the movie.
Because
it looked ridiculous.
They technically, the Velociraptors were shorter in size and they had feathers and things like that, and they were from a different period than the likes of the T-Rex and some of the other dinosaurs in the movie. But this is, as we said, it's a big monster movie. They created a hybrid called the Andromedus Rex, and it's an unbelievable dinosaur. It's basically a killing machine.
His jaw can literally just drop straight down.
Exactly.
Straight down. He's gonna scoop you right up.
So in this movie there's a lot of homages and tip of the caps to the original Jurassic Park movie. The likes of the music was originally composed by John Williams, and Michael Giacchino was the composer for this one. Basically got the exact same music, which is just the best music in any Steven Spielberg movies.
Once you hear that piano, you know straight away. You know straight away we've seen. So we used a lot of that, and he just improvised with it and added little things himself. Like there was a lot more scenes where you could tell there was something tense happening. He added a lot more to it. It was great.
Yeah. And they brought back a lot of the original monsters, like the Velociraptor and the T-Rex. They're all in it. But as we've said before, it's the Andromedus Rex. Is the main antagonist, like the baddie. In this movie, the Mosasaurus, a great scene. He's
in the trailer, by the way, just so you know what we're talking about.
He comes up and he grabs a shark out of the water, pulls it back down and starts feeding away.
That shark looks it looks like a sardine. He just swallows it in one whole go. Colin
Trevorrow.
He is actually a first-time director for like this big blockbuster type movie. Like he did one other movie called Safety Not Guaranteed, and I've heard good things. I must watch it now after watching him do this effort on Jurassic World, because I was really impressed. And the film itself was made for 150 million. To give a first-time director, like in my eyes, alright, he did one movie, but going for blockbuster, a first-time director, that much of a budget to do this movie and put your trust in him, it made like 1.4 billion in the box office as of this month, July 2015. Like billion, that's 10 times its budget now.
The biggest opening debut for the weekend.
Yeah, it's the biggest opening weekend movie. Yeah, tops everything.
Everything. Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows, Titanic, it's beaten all of those. Just attracts so many people. So many families come to watch this as well.
Who doesn't want to see dinosaurs just wreak havoc?
Exactly.
It was popular back in the 90s, it's popular now. It's going to be popular if they do another movie, which I'm sure they will.
I think there's definitely going to be a sequel coming along with this, because I think Chris Pratt, it's sort of his second blockbuster movie that he's made now. He was originally in Guardians of the Galaxy, and we all know him from Parks and Recreation. He was brilliant in this. He had a lot of cheesy one-liners, but
there was a lot of them. There was a lot of them. But he can pull them off.
He can pull them off, and I think he's going to be the next big thing. As you were saying, he might be the next Harrison Ford. He might be the new Indiana Jones.
Because his character in Guardians of the Galaxy, he plays like a Han Solo type character in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's that scoundrel type going around stealing stuff and all. Feels very Han Solo-ish. So even the way he can pull his charisma on screen, to me he is like a Harrison Ford. He is going to be the next Indiana Jones. Say that you heard that here. I'm sure you heard it other places as well, but you can hear it here if you're watching it.
Yeah, this is right here.
It's right here, right now, in Ireland.
I should watch this exclusive.
Yes, exclusive, yes.
And then we can talk about Bryce Dallas Howard. She was very, very good. I liked her in this movie. Some people would probably disagree. But she spent the whole movie, the whole way through in her high heels, which is just unbelievable.
Like we're not going to give away any major plot.
No, don't give away anything.
Saying she's in high heels, obviously you're on an island full of dinosaurs. How do you...
Very fast dinosaurs.
The first thing you do would take off your high heels. They'd just be gone, so that's just insane. I'm not a massive fan of it. Like, she was in The Village. I never really was that fond of The Village. It's kind of too strange for me. And then she was in another film.
Help.
That's a good movie. I really enjoyed that. In this movie, I don't think she's great. I think Chris Pratt actually, he pulls her in the movie. He has all the character in the film, and without him, she looks just very flat.
Another character that's in this movie as well is Vincent D'Onofrio, and I'm sure a lot of you will know him from TV or from Netflix's Daredevil. He plays Wilson Fisk and Kingpin.
Spider-Man fans out there.
Spider-Man fans and Daredevil fans. He plays a bad guy. He's the antagonist, sort of the antagonist in this. He's sort of Chris Pratt's boss, you know.
He's trying to be Chris Pratt's boss, but Chris Pratt is his own boss in his eyes. He just does his own thing. He doesn't agree with what D'Onofrio's character is doing.
Yeah, and he sort of has a hidden agenda as well in the movie, so you'll see once you get into the movie.
They don't use him well enough in this film.
No, he's not in it that much.
No,
you know,
he's like a cartoon character.
He's there to kind of, like, you know, just basically to annoy Chris Pratt's character.
Just for the sake of having somebody there. Yeah. So you said he's the antagonist. He's the human antagonist. Yeah, on top of other antagonists in the film.
And then Jake Johnson has an appearance in this movie as well. He's sort of like the comic relief in this movie, and I really like him. I think he's very good. He's got good comic relief. He's great in Let's Be Cops and New Girl, you know, and a lot of other cool movies that he's in. And I really like him. He's a lot of funny things, and there's a really cool bit where he's wearing a Jurassic Park t-shirt, and everybody's kind of, oh, what are you doing? You know, you shouldn't be, you know, we don't talk about that. You know, everyone doesn't want to talk about the disaster that had happened.
He's worth seeing in it. Now, they don't use him enough either. That's one criticism I have of the film. They've got a great cast, but they don't use it enough. The script could have done better. Like, speaking of the script, they were working on that script for 10 years. It was changing, going through changes here and there. That always knocks off a red flag in my head. Chris Pratt, who plays the main character in the film, the first film he went to see in the cinema as a kid was Jurassic Park in 1993. So if that's not fate, that you watch it as a kid and then you go on to be in the movie, I don't know what is.
You all remember Richard Attenborough. He sadly passed away earlier on this year. He was the park director of Jurassic Park, and the whole way through he's wearing all white. Bryce Dallas Howard's character the whole way through Jurassic World, she's wearing all white as sort of like paying homage and respect to the late Richard Attenborough.
But Richard Attenborough didn't wear high heels, as we say. So this film, out of 10, I'd easily give it an 8 out of 10. I really had a good time, but I would knock it down a peg for simply not using the characters enough, and probably a little heavy on CGI. I was hoping for a little more practical effects. So it's always going to be popular. Will there be another sequel to this? Yes, there will. Will it make billions at the box office? Yes, it will. So, yeah, I look forward to another one. Hopefully Chris Pratt's in it again.
Yeah, Chris Pratt should definitely be back.
Next time on Why You Should Watch This, we're going to talk about Star Wars A New Hope. We grew up, as we said in our first video, we're 80s kids, so Star Wars, which was from 1977, it's still a massive... That's my childhood. I never stopped thinking about Star Wars.
Great movie.
Yeah, great movies. We're going to talk about that next. So thanks very much for watching Why You Should Watch This, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
Take it easy.
See ya.
Bye.